Hi and welcome back to Joe Norris.
How's it going, guys? It's Joe. I hope you liked my new intro there. My daughter likes to add little bits and pieces to my videos here and there. So looking at our 3v3 matchup today, we're going to be going against Big Mac. Pretty solid roster here. He's got about 900k more GP. I've got a bit of an edge in terms of mods. We are matched up in terms of lifetime banners. He outranks me by a fair bit. However, I believe I've got the edge in the mod section there. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So looking at this gent's roster here, he's got all the Galactic Legends as well as Luke. And he's got a pretty solid record in terms of offensive wins as well as defensive holds. Although his Kylo doesn't have the ultimate at this point, he even has relic Jawas. So props to him, he's got a ton of good relics. At the bottom here we've got Separatists and Bounty Hunters with Mando, which should be an interesting matchup for us. At the top is Kylo Ren, and a bunch of other First Order squads as well as Shak Ti clones. So we're going to start with this Grievous team here, and we're going to use our typical Jedi Knight Revan lineup. So he's got Wat Tambor here as well. Wat Tambor actually placed the shield generator onto Grievous, so he's going to be regaining a fair bit of protection. However, he's not going to be doing optimal damage. So we're going to try and drop Wat Tambor here before he can place another tech onto B1. And in 3v3, if you guys noticed, B1 can be an absolute menace, just allowing for their team to regenerate so much protection, giving them a ton of survivability. So at this point I really just want to drop this Wat Tambor as quickly as possible, so I'm just going to keep passing assists on to Grandmaster Yoda here. And the great thing with Jedi Knight Revan as the leadership, you're eventually going to decrease their max health. So as you're doing basics and special abilities, you're going to whittle away at their max health. So we're going to go for B1 here. Eventually drop B1, Grievous takes 2 turns there, and we proc our savior. So with this particular Grievous lineup, I find it's so much better to have B1 and B2 rather than Wat Tambor and B1. Particularly because if you have a high health, high protection Grievous, Wat Tambor is more likely to place the Bactoid shield generator. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword. For our next battle here, we're going to be going against this Bounty Hunter squad, and I'm going to be using my CLS here. I'm going to save my Chewbacca, as I find a ton of other uses for Chewbacca in terms of being able to place guard on your team members. So we're going to quickly get rid of Bosk here and make quick and easy work of these Bounty Hunters. Got a ton of counterattacks against the Mando. Unfortunately, we lost a lot of protection on Han Solo there, so not the best in terms of banners. And looking at my opponent's score, he actually tripped twice on my back walls, which I will show you towards the end of this video, so I hope you stick around for that. Against this Newt led squad, I'm going to be using my Darth Revan team here. So the other teams I like to place on defense are the Palp led Sith with BSF and Malik. That's a pretty solid defensive team, which I'm sure everyone knows about by now, so it's nothing too special. I also like to place my Rex led clones with Echo and Fives. So in the back walls here, look, we've got a Luke under a Bastila Shan lead with Jolie Bindo. So we're going to quickly get rid of the Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. Just going to quickly check the speed on that Hux there. And as I've saved my Kylo Ren on offense, and there's no Rey in the back walls, we're going to be able to utilize this mirror matchup. So we're going to go quickly for that Hux. Fortunately, we're much faster than their Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. We're able to quickly get rid of Hux here. We're going to siphon some stacks there and quickly get rid of Red Trooper here. At this point, we're also quite fortunate that this Kylo Ren doesn't have the ultimate ability. Although despite that, we still lose Hux there and we still have the minimal amount of banners won. Unfortunately. Now, if you guys followed my previous 3v3 matchups in GAC, I have this favorite team that I use with Gas, Bastila Shan and Hoda, and I find it to be quite effective in 3v3, as if you modded your Gas similar to mine, where I've got a decent amount of high health on him, as well as high offense, all you've got to do is place this Grandmaster's Training onto Gas. I'm going to target Jolie here, place that Armor Shred, place the buffs onto Gas, and as you can see, Jolie's already on the yellow. I beat him down with a counter there, and Bastila Shan's pretty much done as well. We got a repulse from Luke. I'm going to place Master's Training onto Bastila Shan here as well for the ability block. We got buff immunity on Luke as well, and Gas just makes short work of everyone. So that's a pretty awesome team, guys. Those three are really solid in 3v3. So against these Night Sisters, we're going to be using this Padme squad. Typically I like to place Padme on defense as well, but since this gent actually had all the Galactic Legends as well as Luke, it's always good to save enough for offense. And they've got pretty solid relics on these Night Sisters as well. So not by any means an underdog Night Sister team. Although against Padme, Night Sisters still don't really stand much of a chance here, as we drop Daka fairly quickly and there's no Night Sister zombie here, so there's no revives. That foresight on that spirit can be quite annoying, as it takes another bit of protection off my Padme there. And looking at the other teams here in the back walls, we've got a mixture of an Old Republic team, as well as leftover First Order teams, and a Separatist mixed squad with a Geonosian. It looks like it's Poggle, Geonosian Soldier, and Droidica. So towards the beginning there, we lost a lot of our protection on Red Trooper. So we're going to isolate Droidica here, remove that damage immunity. And we're going to quickly try and get rid of him here as well, as the assists on Sith Trooper absolutely destroy the opposing team. So typically I save Traya and Scion in case the opponent places Geonosians on defense. However, this gentleman I think saved most of his important Geos on offense. And we've still got our boss here with our Mandos, as well as Darth Vader and the Empire team here. So I'm going to place the weapon tech onto Darth Vader there, and we're going to place the Bactoid shield onto Thrawn. Going to apply as many debuffs as we can possibly apply and pass the turn meter back onto Vader. And we've got Merciless on the field now. We're going to use our basics just to whittle away on these opponents' health. And look at that Culling Blade just absolutely obliterates that Relic 7 Kylo Ren. So the problem with this particular lineup in 3v3 is it's still gonna be really tough to beat Rey at this point, as not having Bastila Shan Fallen or any of those other characters on your team doesn't allow for you to place as much debuffs as I would like. Although this Vader that I've got here, I've actually modded him for primary or potency primaries on the cross, and mostly potency sets, which gets his potency almost just at up to 120%, which I think is pretty solid. So we've still got Shakti here at the top and some Old Republic teams in the back line. We're going to use our Bosk-led Mando squad here. So I'm going to pass this assist on to Boba. Try and get to my payout as soon as I can. So we're making quick and easy work of this Old Republic team here, and we're actually able to use our Disintegrate towards the end, which is pretty awesome. And the problem with what I've done during this 3v3 is I've left a ton of characters here. However, there's not much synergy between them. Although I'm glad I saved Chewbacca here, as I've got guard on Kylo Ren there. And I utilized Five's leadership here primarily just to get more defense on Fives, as it doesn't really affect the other characters on the field at the moment. However, these boys are doing a ton of damage, as you can see, and Kylo Ren just has an unlimited source of protection with his third ability. In the back walls here, there's a Phasma-led First Order team. However, it just looks like his leftover First Order squad. And the idea behind 3v3 as well is you can forego having to utilize your leadership abilities as long as you've got a tank that can soak up all the damage, and you've got a DPS character that can apply damage as well. So as you can see here, I didn't have the leadership ability. However, I did have the Stormtrooper here. I was just soaking up a ton of damage. Although that taunt was dispelled, and I'm not going to get the most optimal amount of banners as I would like. And First Order Executioner is an absolute beast here, doing a ton of damage on that First Order lineup for another 60k special ability there. And towards the end, I'm just going to show you the result of my ship battle, as it was a negotiator mirror. And it was pretty messy, as I only got about 57 banners. However, I'm still quite happy with the result. As towards the end here, I'm going to show you the teams that are set on defense. So in the bottom front walls, I like to place my Grievous with B1 and Droideka. I've got a resistance team there as well. My bugs up here at the top with Night Sisters and Rey, or Jedi Training Rey, that is. In the back walls, I've got Rex that held for 2 battles, as well as a mixture of Night Sister and Nest squad that held for 2 battles as well. So I found that all these B grade, B or C grade teams hold decently well on defense in 3v3, which make things so much more interesting. So I hope you liked the content today, guys. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.